Hi, I'm Kenton Shepard, and I'd like to give you an overview of my CCPIA commercial template for Scribeware. This is it right here. One of the main challenges in creating a truly commercial template is that there are so many different kinds of buildings and inspections that fall into the heading of commercial. And also, unlike home inspection, where you just follow a standards of practice and maybe exceed it to some degree, with commercial inspection, it's more a matter of what you agree to inspect with your client. So those two things together mean that you're creating a pretty big template. And I will try to give you an idea of what's in here without making it last 3 hours. Starting up here with property general information, you have the option to give the client the occupancy classification and subclassification. And when you pick one of those, an explanation will pop up. Also, the occupant load. Different regulations apply at different occupancy levels. So you want to identify that. At least you can if you want to. Out of scope considerations, exclusions from scope. You're free to pre-select some of these or all of these. These are really common things to exclude. Coming on down here, roof access and inspection, method of inspection, steep slope roof covering materials, general description, the roof structure exterior, and for a lot of these sorts of things, there are inspector only comments. So for asphalt shingles, especially if you need to brush up on something related to asphalt shingles, these are inspector reference links, and these take you to, most of them go to a page on my website where there are photographs and explanations. Some of them go to other websites where there are articles on various related information. And you'll find inspector reference on most of the steep slope and low slope roof covering materials. So this template is divided into steep slope roof covering materials, roof flashing and penetrations, roof drainage system, roof mounted vents, roof structure ventilation. And you'll notice that there's roof structure ventilation and roof structure ventilation with a hash mark after it. And the comments under just roof structure ventilation are your typical comments. The continuous ridge vent lacked a screen to prevent insect entry into the attic. But if you go to the one that has a hash mark after it, you'll see that the same comment has a place for a room or unit number. So if you were inspecting an apartment building or a hotel or motel, and you had the same problem in, say, 3, 5, 6 different units, you could enter the unit number in there and you'd have one comment that would cover that problem in multiple units. It just makes the report smaller. And also, I'll say that because this is such a large template, one good way to use it is to duplicate it and then decide what kind of specialized template you'd like to create. And using that duplicate, delete anything that doesn't apply to that kind of inspection. So if you were doing a hotel and motel, you'd come down here and delete roof structure ventilation. And you'll see as we go through here, there are a lot of other titles like furnace that are in which the comments are duplicated, and one has a place for room or unit numbers and the other doesn't. Here we got low slope roof covering materials, roof covering systems, and roof membrane information. Just gives you a lot of information. You can identify roof manufacturers. Some of these will tell you where to look for the manufacturer's identification on the membrane, that sort of thing. These free commercial roof courses from Versico are pretty good. Coming on down through here, membrane coatings, low slope roof flashing and penetrations, low slope roof drainage systems, and you can pause the video whenever you want and get a closer look at some of these subtitles. Exterior wall coverings and flashings, adhered manufactured stone veneer, brick cladding, structural brick, composite siding, fiber cement, pretty much all the different ones you're likely to run into. Trim fascia and soffit, door and window exteriors, exterior vent termination clearances, topography and stormwater drainage. And again, throughout a lot of this template, you'll find reference information. Parking lot, residential type garage, subterranean parking, multi-level parking garage, concrete flatwork, exterior lighting, landscaping and structural appurtenances, exterior stairways, loading docks, and that's a pretty comprehensive section on loading docks. Most inspectors will learn something by going through this template and looking through those individual items. Decks, porches, and again, there's one with a hash mark and one without. Balconies, balcony access, exterior stairway and interior stairway. This is for Florida, where lodgings like hotels are required to have the balconies inspected every so often, and the balcony inspection also includes the pathway to the balcony. Interior walkway, foundation, crawl spaces, basements, commercial floor structure and conventional framing floor structure, bearing walls, partition walls, the roof structure conventional framing, and roof structure truss roof structure sheathing. And for low slope roof structure, the type, the condition, type of deck, parapets and coping, crickets, chimney and a roof, furnace, there's a furnace with a hash mark, ducts, boiler, heat pump, fireplace, and this has got, I think, 4 rooftop units listed, but you can duplicate these and put in however many you need to and just give them different names, because you're going to run into buildings that have maybe 15 units on the roof or on the ground. Conventional split system, mini split, evaporative cooler, cooling tower, chiller, ventilation, the plumbing section, electrical has comments for single phase for different units, and 3-phase. So you can see why you might want to create specialized templates and delete some of this that you might not need. Interior elements covers floors, walls, ceilings, interior trim, doors, windows, etc. Interior stairways, balustrade, first floor bathroom, second floor bathroom, and then for commercial buildings, it's got first floor men's room, second floor men's room, and first and second floor women's rooms, restrooms, laundry facilities, thermal imaging, mechanical pedestrian transportation, that's various different kinds of elevators and moving walkways and escalators, attic, environmental hazards, commercial kitchen, residential type kitchen, which you might run into in an office building. It's got a really comprehensive means of egress section. Fire safety, pool and spa, and special utility systems, backup generator and steam plant. So you can see there's a lot here, and to really go through the whole thing would take more of your time than I want to take. You can buy this on my website at hinarratives.com and soon to be listed on inspectoroutlet.com. This template right now is $4.50. Thanks for taking a look.